Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. Today in this series, I will teach you the first chapter of your literature book, Three Questions. This chapter, Three Questions, is written by Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy was a Russian writer, and he was not only a Russian writer, he was also a great Russian philosopher. One of the great work of Leo Tolstoy is War and Peace. One of our great politician or leader, Mahatma Gandhi, was also influenced by the work of Leo Tolstoy. So, in these three questions, we will read the text, and in short, we will see the summary of the chapter. So, the story start with the king. The story start with a strange king. The story start with the king. The story start with a certain king who wanted to know the three questions. And the following are the three questions of him. The first question is that what is the most important time? The second, what is or what should we listen to? It means what is the most important people. So, in simple, the first question is that what is the most important time? Second, what is the most important people we will listen to? Third, what is the most important thing we have to do? But that question is asked by the king, so there is a little bit change in the question. The first question is that what is the most important time? What was the most important thing? So, the first question is that what is the most important time? The second, what is the most important people? The third, what is the most important thing to do? The king wanted to know the answer of these three questions because he thought that if he knew that three questions, he would never fail in his life. That's why he tries to know the answer of these three questions. For this reason, he has make an announcement in his kingdom, make an announcement in his subject, and he said that among you, if you will answer my questions, if you answer my question as suitable as I want, then I will give you a good sum of reward. So the different people tried their fate and they have given different answer for these three questions. In the reply of the first question, in the reply of the first question, some says you have to make a timetable. You have to make a timetable and you have to follow it. By following the timetable, you can understand what is the most important time. But in my view, only making timetable and following it cannot tell and cannot define what is the most important time in our life. So the king is not agree. The other says that you have to arrange a wise member of council or counselor, a wise member of counselor who give you suggestion about the time. And the king also not agreed with this answer because he thought that I want to know the time in which I can do my work myself. But if I will organize a wise man of counselor, then they can do the work I cannot do. The third one has also said that if you want to see the future, you have to go to see the magician. If you meet with the magician, he or she will tell you the future, and by knowing the future, you can define your work. But again, the king was not happy. Again, The king was not persuaded with this answer. So, so none of the answer of the courtiers, none of the answer of the subject, none of the answer of the people of the kingdom motivate the king. In reply of the second question, the people say that the most important people is doctor. Someone has said the most important people is the soldier. Someone has said the most important people is the priest. Different people has given different answer, but still the king is not agree with their ideas, agree with their answer. In the reply of the third question, in the reply of the third question, the courtier, the subject said the most important thing is a fighting. Someone said the most important thing is religious worship. But again, the king is not agree with them. So when hearing all the answer for these three questions, when the king do not reach to any conclusion, he asks some other opinion of the courtier from where he will get the answer of these three questions. So one of the courtier advised the king that there was a hermit who lived in a wood, but he met only simple, ordinary, and common people. So if you want to know the answer of these three questions, you have to go there. But if you want to go there, you have to wear in a very ordinary or a simple clothes. The king was very curious. The king was very uh, eager. The king was very eager. The king was very curious. So he said, I must go there. So the king go with his horse, but after getting down from the horse, he wear a very simple and ordinary cloth, and he went the place where the hermit was digging the bed. The hermit was digging the bed to sow seed in the soil. As soon as the king reached there, the hermit welcomed, the hermit greeted him. But after greeting, the hermit was busy in his own work. He didn't pay much attention to the purpose of king's arrival. The king gently asked the hermit, can you help me? I want to know the answer of my three questions. The king repeated the question time and again, but the hermit did not pay even a single attention, even a little attention to the king's question, to the king's conversation. When the hermit became tired, he sat there, and when he sat there, the king has taken the spade of hermit, and he also started digging the bed. And he dug the bed till an strange man coming out of the wood, holding his stomach with his two hands tightly, crying, moaning, weeping, come to the king and lie down and faint. The king saw the strange man was wounded. Without thinking much, the king has wounded. The king has dressed the wounded man. The king has dressed the strange man. And he served him like a doctor, he served him like a nurse. And he served that strange man until he became all right. By doing this, he forget the time interval, and the night descend and the night falls, and he got tired. So he lie on the land, he lie on the soil, he lie on the floor, and he went into the deep sleep. In the morning, the hermit got up very early, and later the strange man, and both of them saw that the king is still asleep in his deep sleep. But as soon as the strange man woke up, he said thank you to the king, and he said thank you because you have saved my life. The king asked, who are you? The strange man has said, I am one of your enemy. I come here to kill you, but I am I have hidden myself in the forest, and I am waiting for your returning, but you have not returned. That's why I have come out of the wood. But as soon as I come out of the wood, your guard, your bodyguard, has find me out, and he has stabbed me, or he has strike me with their swords. That's why I become wounded. The king asked, why do you want to kill me? The strange man simply replied, because you have put my brother to death, and also you have seized all our wealth. The king assured that strange or wounded man that I will return all your property, I will return all your field. The strange man said, thank you, but before departure, the king again went near the hermit to know the answer of the three questions. And now he was very angry. So as soon as he asked the question, he repeated the question again to the king. Don't you want to tell me the answer of these three questions? Who call you a wise man? If you are not able to answer my three questions, then the hermit gently replied, dear king, you have already answered. You have already obtained this answer of the this you have already obtained the answer of the three questions. The king becomes surprised. How can you say that I have got answer? The hermit said gently that your first question is that what is the most important time? The hermit replied, the most important time is the present time in which we do something. The most important time is now in which we do something. In the reply of the second question, the king said, the man who are standing before you, the men who are standing before you is the most important people whom we have to listen, whom we have to talk. In the reply of the third question, the hermit replied, do good others is the most important thing to do for a king. So, in simple, we can answer that the most important time is the present time, and the most important people is the people standing before us, and the most important thing for us to do good to others. These are the answer given by hermit to the king. And after getting the result, after getting the answer, the king returned to his palace with a state of satisfaction, with a state of contentment, with a state of happiness, and he has returned to his kingdom. I hope you have understood this chapter because I have already taught you this chapter on a Zoom app with the help of some question answer, and I have made that slide video only for your slide help. Whenever you find any kind of problem, you can play this video and hear. The king reached the hermit's cell on foot, on horseback, in a chariot. The, the king reached the hermit's cell on foot. Cell means here house, cell means here hut, cell means a small house in which the hermit lives. It is made of straw and thread. straw. It is made of straw and sticks. When the king approached the hermit, the latter was digging earth. When the king approached the hermit, the latter was digging earth. The man who came running from the woods had a wound in his stomach. The man who came running from the woods had a wound in his stomach. The king dressed the bearded man's wound with the hermit's handkerchief. With the hermit's handkerchief. The king dressed the bearded man wound with his handkerchief and the hermit's towel. Okay? Answer number three. After dressing the bearded man's wound, the king slept in the hermit's bed on the threshold of the hermit's cell. On the threshold means on the gate of the hermit's cell, the king slept. What were the three questions that occurred to the king? The following are the three questions. First, what was the most important time? Second, what should we listen to? Yeah, what people should we listen to? Third question is that what is the most important thing to do? These are the three questions. Why did the king go to the wise man? The king go to the wise man to know the answer of his three questions. Why did he go there alone and dress like a commoner? He went there alone and dressed like a commoner because the hermit meets only common and simple people. Who was the bearded man who came running from the woods? The bearded man was one of the enemies of king. How had he got wounded? He got wounded by the bodyguard of the king. How did digging of beds for the hermit save the king's life? The king has the king had come to know the answer of the three questions, and later he will return to his palace. But the hermit had not answered his question, and he has to stay for a day, so that his so that at the same time his opponent, his enemy, will come out of the hiding place, and he was stabbed, or he was stabbed by his bodyguard, and that's why the king was saved by the hermit, not to attacked by the strange man. The king was very inquisitive. Inquisitive means very curious. The king was very inquisitive means very curious. The king was very considerate also. The hermit was very wise. The hermit was very practical. Bearded man was very impulsive. And grateful. The bearded man was impulsive and grateful. I hope all of you have understood this chapter very well. That's all.